one target, but that's not happening. So considering multiple enemies, the versatility of the Light Cone, and the ease of build for Topaz, I definitely prefer S1 to E1. It's also easier to win the 75-25 than a 50-50 and saves important Light Cones like Stellar C for your other hunt carries. As for builds, what has the enemy just died, regardless of proof of death.
30 seconds until minions
E1 is
spawn.
technically a little more damage if always versus one target, but that's not happening. So considering multiple enemies, the versatility of the Light Cone, and the ease of build for Topaz, I definitely prefer S1 to E1.
Survival
It's also
is an
easier to win the
instinct we all have.
75-25 than a 50-50 and saves important Light Cones like Stellar C for your other hunt carries. As for builds, what has changed? She released in 1.4 where we only had 2 Fire, 2 Musketeer that
Minions
we
have
could use on her.
spawned.
Now we have Grand Duke, which is most of the time her best in slot. There was
A
a lot
moving
of misinfo
target
about
lives
how it
longer.
would not work well on Topaz because she resets it, but it resets before the attack happens anyway. The Numby will always reset his own attack percent stacks. He stacks it up nearly to the max every follow-up with his 7 hits, and he will max it every enhanced follow-up, increasing the damage every hit up to the final explosive 8 hit, which has a massive multiplier. This is her best in slot 99% of the time. However, there is another. Pioneer can in fact be her best by a couple percent if and only if you maximize its passive. Now that could be done in the Rat team
This
since you
place is
are
beautiful.
maximizing debuffs already.
I'm going to
Your
save
proof of
it.
debt is 1, your E1 or S1 can be 1, and then the usual like Raw May ult debuff, breaks, Aventurine ult, Aventurine signature can all do it. And she can get the crit doubling effect easily with her skill or Numby reapplying himself. E1 or S1 again can really help with this. So it does mean you can use Pioneer pieces if you have them, however, I still recommend to just run Duke. This is because your targets swap a lot and the new target might not necessarily have debuff. The difference is barely there, but I thought I'd mention Pioneer in case you haven't farmed Duke. But please, go farm that cavern, it's amazing. You can also get your Topaz with the 2 Prisoner 2 Duke right from the get-go. Laners have shifted a little now too. Before it was inert winning, but Izuma wins by a couple percentage if you do run the double team. If you plan on putting her in multiple teams, then inert remains the best to farm. Behemoth is also a fine option if you have it lying around, but it won't be beating inert. The main stats is the same: crit chest, speed boots, damage percent orb, and attack percent
Stay
growth.
alert.
Especially
Stay
with the Duke's
aggressive.
sets attack percent as well as Robin,
They will
that
come.
damage percent orb is
We'll be
very
ready.
valuable now. With Raw May, you might be able to make a cracked attack percent orb work instead. For a stat goal, aim for at least 2.5k attack, 80 to 160 crit, and 135 speed. Ideally, she goes ahead of your ratio to apply her initial proof of deck on the correct target, as well as any debuffs from E1 and or S1. Light Cones have not changed too much. Her best is her signature, of course. Stellar Seas, Sleep Like the Dead, Sword Player, all great options as always, and Silence Remains can work into low target situations. However, the final Victor MOC Light Cone from 2.0 is a great and free-to-play Light Cone and has much easier uptime than Stellar
This
C.
skin lives
It
on
will
me.
want you to stack more crit rate, and the crit damage buff will skew you back towards a nice 1-to-2 ratio either way. The Rat team seems to give a ton of crit damage buffs either way, so having a lopsided ratio to crit rate is just fine. Now, despite ratio and
That is
Aventurine
just
being
what
on
I
the
needed.
Light Cone art, art stands for Aventurine Ratio Topaz, which is why Final Victor works so well on. And finally, let's see who has released since 1.4 and how they can synergize with Topaz. In 1.5, Huohuo released, offering energy and attack buffs to the whole team with some great sustain. She can actually help out with Topaz's low SP consumption rotations, and since Huohuo can do this for multiple allies, she can also fix ratios with energy cost on top. And why not also supercharge Robin's rotation at the same time? I found her uncomfy compared to Aventurine, she's definitely the next best option for this follow-up team. 1.6 saw Raw May and Ratio release. Ratio doesn't really need an introduction. He is our premier follow-up DPS unless you need AoE, and Topaz synergizes very well with him. Although you don't need to use Ratio to use Topaz, you did get him for free, so why not? They are a very fun and strong pairing. Izumo also works as their best in slots in this team if you want to farm both at the same time, but so does Inert Salsato if not. Rame exploded expectations and became the premier dual DPS buffer, which is perfect for Topaz since she is generally run as a secondary DPS to a follow-up carry. This means in every Topaz team, you can now pop down Rame and do excellently. 2.0 brought us Sparkle. If running Topaz Hypercarry, this was actually a pretty cool unit to grab due to the pseudo 160 speed she could provide. On top of course, those delicious buffs and SP. Topaz Hypercarry enjoys are quite rare though. Aventurine came out in 2.1 and is a universally amazing sustain, but definitely shines even harder in follow-up centric teams. Topaz buffs him and enables blind bed stacking like crazy, whilst Aventurine enables Topaz with his follow-ups, bringing forth even more Numby advances. He also brings debuffs on his ult and S1 and E2 if you're daring, helping alleviate problems in ratio teams if you didn't pick up luxury upgrades for Topaz. And finally, Robin and Harmony MC dropping in 2.2 changed up things again. Robin, as we know, is a better raw main in the ratio teams, and she's also very universally strong, just like raw main. So she is a great pickup if you need a dual DPS buffer, and especially if you wanted to upgrade the rat team even further. Though without Rame's ult debuff, ideally you do have a luxury Eidolon or signature on Topaz or Aventurine. Topaz being the highest frequency attacker in the game is the reason why she gets yet another buff from new units. Every single Numby attack is a Robin Concerto attack proc, and they can happen so many times during German Concerto. Her being able to go SDU2 or positive and still pump out most of her damage through her talent also helps with Robin's SP usage. And finally, her constant attacks really make Robin's energy issues less of a struggle. And finally, I went over Topaz for like 5 seconds in my Harmony MC team video. It will be the same story each time. Harmony MC, Gallagher, Romney is just so strong and it works with like every carry, so technically you can run Topaz with them, and first 5 weeks you should be destroying content. Numby lacks follow-ups for advances, but Romney's break efficiency compensates with stronger but fewer super breaks, rather than more but weaker super breaks. So try this out for fun if you want, I guess. Topaz and Numby hope you enjoyed the video and hope it helped out. If it did, make sure to like and sub for the next one. Thank you to my amazing YouTube members, thanks for watching, and have a good day.
I return stronger than I left. The hunt is on.
An enemy has been slain.
Exploit them. Come on, let's go. Their skin is fashioned and honed by I came for the hunt.
An ally has been slain.
My turn. Monsters are everywhere.
An An enemy has been slain.
Albeit to me. The hunting ground has changed, but the hunt is the same. Forgiveness is hard, but so very worth it. Hold our ground. Attack them and theirs. Skin grows restless. It needs to feed. If it doesn't, could I be next? Fear the void's sting. This place is too beautiful to be decimated by the void. Vision complete. Become like them.
An ally has been slain.
This world is changing.
Enemy double kill.
Get up. Stand firm.
This world is changing. We decide into what.
Exploit their weakness. I will not. I'll take it. I came back for the others who could not.
enemy has been slain. I choose. An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
This is my purpose. Learn from me.
Been slain.
Survival is an instinct we all have.
Killing spree.
The moving target lives longer. Let them come to us. Found your weakness.
Reaching out to consume the universe.
I am the antidote for the rivers of poison flowing beneath us all. It's a good day for a hunt. This place is beautiful. I'm going to save it.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Trees. How I missed them.
An enemy has been slain.
This skin lives on me and hunts with me. Survival means
slain. An enemy has been slain. Delicious.
the things we carry should lift us up, not weigh us
Killing
down.
spree.
Memories, love, and
Your
hope
team has
are the
destroyed a
lightest
turret.
necessities. I like it here. I'll stay. Void rule number 1. Don't die. Foolish folly. Stay alert. Stay aggressive.
Has been destroyed.
Fight
Enemy
with flight.
killing
Only
spree.
now I do not run. I was spared for a reason. child, and no one came to save me. Back in your hole. The hunt. Exploit their mistakes. When I was a child, I was fighting with the forest in the dark. Now, I call it home. This skin is fashioned for survival and honed by instinct. I came for the hunt,